Hi guys, it's me, the Witch of Boise, here to do another Pick a Card reading. Woo! So today's reading I'm really excited about is Should You Hold On or Should You Move On? Now this can apply to relationships, this can apply to jobs, this can apply to just any sort of thing of that you're really wanting and maybe you've been holding on to it for some time, and is it time to let go of that idea or move on from it? So before we get started, make sure that you do like this video, subscribe, comment below, tell me if it does resonate with you. I love to read your comments. And also know that these are general readings. So if they resonate with you, yeah, woo, super stoked. If they don't resonate with you, well, I'm very sorry. But there are a total of 3 readings and all of them are really, really good. So you can watch all 3 of them to see if anything resonates with you. Also, if there is anything love related that pops up in these, my default is reading to a female about a male, so pronouns are interchangeable, so he's can be she's can be he's, he, she, whatever's going on in your life. So let's get started. The first choice is the blue apatite stone. Very cool. And that's number 1. Number 2 is our Amazonite and Jasper Mala beads. Very cool. So that is number 2. And then number 3, last but not least, is our beautiful Labradorite. And it has, if I can catch it with the light, it has really pretty blue lighting on it. And it's just a gorgeous stone, just beautiful. So that's number 3. 1, 2, 3, pick a card, any card. We're gonna start with number 1, which is that blue apatite stone. So I'm going to read out all of the cards and then we're gonna just dive right into it. First one is Hanged Man. Then we have the World. Then we have 9 of Swords. Then we have the Queen of Swords. And we have the Wheel of Fortune. And then we have the 9 of Cups. Next is the Moon. 6 of Swords. Father of Swords, which is King of Swords. 6 of Wands. The Empress. The Devil. The Cuprite, which is Rites of Passage. Iceberg, Submerged. The Dance of the Butterfly Queen. The Sisters of the Sun Rising. And then to bring out all of the energies in this whole read is the Skunk. Okay. So first, this is our huge energy read. This is the Skunk. Skunk is reputation. So there's something that has to do with your choice of what you're trying to hold on or move on, and it deals a little bit with your reputation. It deals with a little bit of your identity. It feels like it is something that is, I don't want to say it's shameful, but in like a sense of you usually get what you want, and in this instance it didn't happen that way. So it's something that is kind of like that with that reputation card, where it's like, this is why I'm holding on, because I'm going to prove people wrong. Like, it's something that's kind of like that, where it's kind of being in a stubborn sense. But I feel like with how the cards are saying, because we have the Hanged Man is showing a different perspective and is also a pause. And so I did the Moon as well as a clarifying card for that. So this feels like, honestly, on the should you hold on or move on, it's kind of a pause right now, because it's really, the tarot cards, whenever they do the moon for me, that usually means just like, I'm not going to tell you. It's very much an illusion and can be somewhat of a fog in a sense. So it's time to really like stop and kind of look at each perspective. This would be something in the sense of, if you have a choice that you're making, and this can be, again, like a relationship or anything like that, do a pros and cons list and really think of all aspects, not just yours, especially if you have others that are involved. So like with me, and like moving, just for instance, this is just a example. Like I have pets, and this would be the pros and cons of moving. Well, the pros right now of me not moving is that my pets have a nice place. There's a backyard. There's enough room for them to roam. And if I move, that might eliminate that. And so it's thinking like that, where it's not just me. There's other people involved, creatures involved, things like that. So it's just kind of looking at the whole picture. Now, I feel like what this particular thing that you are trying to either figure out whether you're holding on or moving forward, this is your world. This is a big deal. This is not something that is taken lightly. This is not just like, should I hold on to not cutting my hair, or should I move on and just cut it? You know, it's something, this is a big deal. So it feels like with this world energy and everything that's attached to this decision, it's saying to move on. The Six of Swords is all about moving on. It's moving forward as well. So with the Nine of Swords, the Nine of Swords is about anxiety, about depression. I feel like right now, because you're kind of in that stagnant space of that Hanged Man, but you're not making any headway, you're really into a kind of a funk. And with that King of Swords, that is the supporting card, it's really time to just cut the cord, figure out why you're feeling this way, and really adjust it, and cut the fat out of your life in that sense. Now, there is the Queen of Swords, and the Queen of Swords energy is being clarified by the Seven of Wands. So Seven of Wands is a defensive. This is a defensive energy. So someone is being very defensive in this decision. And that's why I'm feeling like there's another party that's in this decision to hold on or move on. And there's a defense. There's like we're staying still. We're staying in this Hanged Man energy. We are staying here, and they're being very defensive about it. But you have to understand that the decisions that are going and moving forward from this, and that is, I honestly feel like hanging on is really being more detrimental to you. But whatever your choice is that Wheel of Fortune. This is fate and destiny that's at play. So this is a big decision. This is something that is life changing in that sense. And you have the Empress as the supporting card, as the clarifying card. And that is like feminine energy as well. So there is feminine energy that is coming towards your fate and destiny. And then it feels like your wish is going to come true for what this is. Whether you hold on or move on, whatever you're wanting to do, either or, it feels like this is going to be into your favor with the Devil. But be aware that the Devil, being the clarifying card of this Nine of Cups, means that this is going to be maybe down a path that might not be great, down a path of obsession, of addictions, of things like that. So this is all fate and destiny, and it seems like, yes, whatever you're kind of wanting to hear, whether it's hold on or move on, I feel like whatever you do, there is going to be that devil energy that's on the back of it. So if you are going to be holding on, it's going to become an obsession. If you move on, there might be regret of not holding on. So just keep that in mind, and you have to make sure that you go with it, that it is fate and destiny, and you go ahead with what your decision is. Now you have the Cuprite, which is rites of passage. Now this is showing that there has been healing. There has been things that have been happened. You've gone through some BS, and now it is totally time that you've gotten that medal. You've gotten that rite of passage to be like, you can do it. You can either hold on, you have the strength to do it, hold on, or move on. And then iceberg, submerged. And I feel like this is really kind of going with this hanged man energy of being stagnant, but at the same time really diving deep on what your options are. Should you hold on? Should you move on? Then you have the dance of the butterfly queen. And that is making the impossible possible. And divine timing will unfold what the future brings. So honestly, it's whatever choice that you're going to make, it's going to happen. The future and fate and destiny is going to happen, and divine timing is going to be on its way with that. Then you have the sisters of the sun rising, and that is raising your vibrations with others and the power of collaboration. So this does feel like you really need to regroup and talk with people that are affected by this decision. Now this can be family members, this can be a partner, this can be a whole lot of whatever it applies in your life, but it's time to really buckle down and really see what your options are. Now, to answer your question, should you hold on or move on? It's really up to you. And I hate to be kind of like that, cop out, but that's what the cards are pretty much saying, where it's, you need to weigh your options. You need to weigh your options, and you need to figure it out yourself in the way of figuring out what the pros and cons are and who's involved. And you have to do that kind of devil's advocate kind of deal. All right, guys, we are going to be on to number 2. Woo! Beautiful. All right, I'm just going to read out the cards and then I'll just dive into it. Okay, you have the Queen of Wands, the 7 of Wands, Temperance, 9 of Pentacles, 8 of Cups, 10 of Wands, Page of Cups, 3 of Wands, 7 of Swords, 4 of Cups, the Hierophant, Strength, the 10 of Cups, the 8 of Swords, the Rhodochrosite, which is Acceptance, and Brazilianite, Flexibility. Then you have DNA, Karma. You have Dawn, the New Beginnings. You have the Call of the Dancing Crane, and then Mother Fierce. Okay, your overall energies for this entire reading are going to be Whale and Turkey. Okay, so with Whale is about record keeping. This is something that you need to really dive into your past and really look at old diaries or old journals or anything that's like that. I know during when Facebook started to become a thing, there was a thing called Notes where you could actually type in almost like a diary on Facebook. And so look back at stuff like that. See what the patterns are. And then you have Turkey, and Turkey is about giveaway. So this is really being like offering yourself and being sure that you are giving and receiving in that sense. Okay, so I feel like there is this fiery energy. This can be a person. Could be a fire sign. But this is like a fiery energy, and I feel like there is a waiting energy that's on attached to this fiery energy. There's also this defensive energy as well. So whatever you're asking, should you hold on or move on, there is a defensiveness of moving on, of holding on. It's of both. And you really need to focus on your boundaries, your emotional and spiritual boundaries in this sense. It feels like that's kind of where this defensiveness is coming from, where there is either other individuals or whatever this decision is really prodding you and making you very uncomfortable. So it's kind of getting that personal boundaries put in place. Then you have the Temperance and then Four of Cups. So this is all about moderation, temperances, and balance. But then there's a funk that goes with it. So it feels like you're trying to balance everything, but then it doesn't feel like it is. But at the same time, this is a 4. So there is that stability. There is stability of what is to become. And I'll tell you what it is in a second. There is the 9 of Pentacles, which is about abundance. This is my single card, single and fabulous. This is also a independence, that you can stand on your own. And there's a lesson to be learned there. This is the big card, guys. This is the 8 of Cups. This is moving. This is the legit moving on card. And you have the strength to move on from this. I feel like this has been a complete burden of what you're trying to hold on to, because you had so much love and you had so much promise for it. But you have the strength to move on because better things are going to be coming. And not in this situation. It can be something that's similar, but not in the same exact situation. I feel like this is just something that is brand spanking new. And I feel like you've been waiting for this, whatever you're holding on to reappear. And you're kind of feeling trapped in that sense of just like holding on and just like, when is it coming? When is it coming? I don't feel like it is. I honestly don't, just with the cards. You need to have acceptance of that. And I hate to be brutal, and sometimes I get a little aggressive with this, where this is what the cards are saying, and this is without a doubt, move on. Be flexible. And with moving on doesn't mean that you have to do it a certain way. Moving on is one step at a time. And being flexible in that sense. Because karma is going to come back, and whoever has hurt you, whoever this energy where you're feeling like it's a burden and whatnot, karma is always there, and karma is going to come back. And so if you feel like you've been mistreated and whatnot, karma's there, and it will always come back. So keep being you, keep standing on your own, being your own fabulous self, and keep going. Because you have dawn, new beginnings. New beginnings are coming. All right, and then you have the call of the dancing crane, and that is stop believing in old habits and patterns. You are allowed to change them and higher your vibration. And I feel, again, with this whale energy, really looking back into your past and seeing what your past relationships, I'm feeling like this is a relationship, but it doesn't have to be. But other past choices that might be the same as this one, and how you've approached it and have done different with it, It feels like you need to really dive back into that past and change it. See what you did before, change it. Because you're going to get into that loop, and this boundaries that you're trying to set for yourself is going to be completely erased because you're just doing the same crap over and over again. This is one of my favorite cards in Kuan Oracle, and it is Mother Fierce. Any challenge or threat, no matter how scary or insecure you are safe, protected, and loved by Mother Fierce. So moving on might be scary. This might be something that you are not wanting. That's kind of like the feeling I'm getting. But you have this Mother Fierce energy that's behind you, that's protecting you. You have the strength card of moving on, that you can do this. You have the capability of doing this, and I believe that you can. And it's going to be hard, but you are this fiery personality, and I feel like this is really signifying you in that sense. And you have this 9 of Pentacles as well, where it is just this fiery, independent woman that can do anything and doesn't need a man, doesn't need anyone to help her. And I feel like this is your time to shine and really stand on your own and own your own spirituality and just be that person. And I think when you light that inner light within that fire that you have, you're going to attract so much positivity back into your life. So to ask the question, should you hold on or move on? Number 2, you should move on. All right, guys, we are on to number 3. Got that Labradorite, if I can get it. Oh, kind of. I don't know. It's so pretty. This camera does nothing. Does no justice. All right, I'm going to read these cards out, and then we're just going to dive right into it. Okay, you have Ace of Cups, 10 of Cups, 8 of Swords, High Priestess, Death, the Tower, 6 of Wands, the World, 3 of Pentacles, Ace of Wands, the Emperor, 3 of Swords, Rose Quartz, Inner Child, Ruby, Shine, Wind, Activation, Rainbow, Blessings, beautiful card, the Lotus Throne, Sisters of the Stars Blossom, and then your overall energy for this entire read is a Raven, one of my favorites in this deck, and then Crow. Very cool. That when they both came out, I was like, whoa, this is awesome. This is really, really cool energy. Raven energy is about magic. Crow energy is about law. And so law is like it's like a balance kind of thing where it's like the laws of nature, that kind of thing, laws of attraction, things like that. So very cool energy, magic's at play. We are going to get right into it. So it feels like that there is victory in love and relationships. I feel like you've already started a family. I feel like you have a family. This family is your world. So should you hold on or move on? You're thinking of other things because these other things are about this. So again, this is like thinking of the well-being of your family. This is thinking about others. This is thinking about your love, your family, your kids. It feels like you also are feeling trapped and you're working on getting untrapped. And I think this is where it's like that hold on or move on. Should I hold on or move on? I'm working on not feeling trapped. This can be maybe work or something that is like that, but you're working on trying to get out of being trapped and maybe holding on to a job than rather moving on. but I feel like you know what you need to do. I think you know it. You have this intuition. And you have the Ace of Wands as well. That's with that. And that's high creativity. That is passion. That is a fiery energy as well. Now, I feel like that there is going to be an end to an Emperor. Now, the Emperor being the clarifying card to the Death card, this can be an ending energy of masculine energy. So this can be maybe the tides are turning where you need to focus more on your masculine energy in this sense. Or if you are in this family energy, that maybe the masculine energy of the relationship, and that's male or female. I mean, there's some women that wear pants in the relationship, and it's just that whole energy, that masculine energy. And I feel like their reign on this, and it's not saying that they're like a dictator by any means, but it feels like they've been leading and they've led on this path, and that leading is going to end because something is going to happen with that Tower, and I don't feel like it's going to be great. The Tower does not scare me. It is not a scary card to me. But with the Three of Swords, this can be something that is quite terrifying. This can be a breakup. I'm not feeling more of a breakup. I'm feeling more of there can be a betrayal, but this is also a breakthrough. That there is going to be a breakthrough moment where things are going to shift, and your thought of whether you hold on or move on is going to either go that direction. So you have the Rose Quartz, which is inner child, and I feel like that is really focusing on your family and really focusing on that family energy. And then you have Ruby, which is shine, and that is that fiery energy. It's a really good sun energy kind of thing. I'm feeling like a sun card almost with that shine. And then wind activation. I feel like what this ending energy, which it doesn't feel great. I'm not even gonna lie to you. With that energy ending and the Tower. But I feel like you're going to have an activation of moving ahead. And whatever you decide to do is holding on or moving on. You have blessings. Okay, and then you have the Lotus Throne. And what that is trust your inner light. Have faith in your heart. And like that is crazy because that is all about the High Priestess. That is trusting your intuition and trusting your own inner light. And then you have the Sisters of the Star Blossoms and group energy with the ones you love and they love you. Allow help because it helps others. So if you are unsure of what you're trying to do, ask for help. Ask for the people that love and respect you, and ask them, give them the idea about it. And if they're truly your friend, they're going to be very thoughtful, and they're not going to be like, well, duh, you have to do this. Like they'll listen to both sides and they'll be really thoughtful, and they'll give you their 2 cents as well. So you can put that into what you're wanting. I do have to say that I am a little concerned about this this Tower energy and the three of Swords. This is something where a breakthrough is going to happen. And I feel like this is when this energy shift is going to happen. And I feel like you already know whether you're going to hold on or move on. I feel like with your intuition. And I think once you make that decision of whether you're going to hold on or move on, this is going to switch. And to answer your question, should you hold on or move on? I honestly feel that with this read, I feel like you already know what you're going to do and you're going to move on. I think you are going to move on. You are thinking about your family. You're thinking about the future in that sense. And you're feeling trapped. You're feeling in a really ick spot. And I just think that you need to understand that, yes, moving on is going to be really great, but it's going to ignite other things that are going to happen. And it's just a difference of energy. All right, guys. Well, that is it. Make sure that you do like this video, subscribe, comment below, tell me if it resonates with you. I appreciate every single one of you for supporting me and watching my videos. I appreciate you so much. And I hope you have a great rest of the week. Bye!